Welcome back to A Moment with Miranda, where we take a few minutes to reflect, reset, and remind ourselves that we are enough. This episode isn't a restart. It's a return. I didn't step away because I ran out of things to say. And if anything, I always have an opinion. Am I right, y'all? Am I right? I stepped away because life required more listening than speaking. There are seasons where words just come easy. And there are seasons where living has to come first. This past season asked me to integrate, to stop narrating growth and actually experience it just a little bit. Okay, maybe a lot. To let things settle before trying to make a meaning out of them. And now I'm here again. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm so excited. But I'm not louder, and I'm not polished. I'm just more rooted. There's something tender about coming back to something that you love after time has passed. And I truly do love making this podcast. It lifts a little weight off my back every single time I do it. You don't ever really come back the same. Your voice sounds a little bit different, your priorities shift, your boundaries, they're just a lot clearer. For a long time, I thought that I needed clarity before I ever spoke again. Like I had to have everything figured out before opening my mouth. And what I've learned is this: clarity doesn't come before speaking. It comes through it. This podcast was never about having answers. It was about creating space. Space to slow down, space to name what we feel, space to remember who we are underneath all of the noise of that beautiful, wonderful thing called life. And I miss this space. I miss that space. And I'm excited for this new space. This podcast exists now because I'm in a season of integration, where motherhood, work, faith, grief, joy, ambition, rest, and hope, they all sit at the same table. Not compartmentalized into sections where I can only do one thing at a time. Forget that. Not explained away, not wrapped up in a neatly tied bow for everybody else's comfort. Just real, just me, who I am. And I'm no longer interested in urgency or performative vulnerability or saying things to just stay visible. I'm interested in honesty that feels steady, growth that doesn't just rush itself out of the way, and conversations that let you exhale instead of bracing for the impact. That's what this space is meant to be. If you're listening to this and you're in that quiet season, or a rebuilding season, or one of those in-between places where you know something is changing but you can't quite name it yet, I want you to hear this clearly and loudly. You're not behind. You're not doing it wrong. You're not failing because your life doesn't look the way that you thought it would by now. You might just be integrating, letting parts of yourself catch up to each other, like they're old friends, meeting for the first time in 10 years. That process, I promise you, is not linear, and it doesn't need to be explained to anyone to be valid. This podcast isn't here to fix you. It's here to sit with you. Come on, come to my table. Some episodes will be reflective. Some will be grounding and practical. Some might just be a few minutes of breathing in a room where we need it most. I sometimes have to be reminded to breathe. But all of them will be honest. This is a place where we slow down enough to hear ourselves again, where growth doesn't require burnout, where worth isn't something you earn. I think we've been taught that stepping away means quitting. that pausing means losing momentum, that silence means we're falling behind. Maybe even we're failing. And I don't believe that anymore. Sometimes silence is where strength is rebuilt. Sometimes stepping back is how alignment returns. Sometimes coming back quietly is the bravest thing that you can ever do. And that is what this moment is for me. And if any of this resonates with you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And if it doesn't, that's okay. There's a scroll button for a reason. I know, I look kind of funny and I'm not always fun to listen to. But what I want to do is thank you for spending this moment with me, because I know it matters. Every moment that we have matters. Whether it's silent or loud, quiet, or just plain overwhelming. Every single one matters. And as always, I want to remind you, you are always enough, babe. Always.